And they're off. What's up, guys? I'm Mythical9, filling in on commentary. And this is Kwirk, and I can see we've got like a 3D effect going on Nienna's version that dragonc0 has turned off, perhaps for the sake of... No, like even the little feet, it's like a different version, kind of. I like it. I mean, it's definitely probably harder to speedrun, because the visual information is a little obscured. But whatever, it's all memorization based at this point. Because both these runners are pretty good and they know what they're doing. So the goal is to complete 99 rooms. You can see the counter in the bottom left. And I can actually use the times on their games to get them synced up a little better. But you've got blocks you can push. You've got turny things you can turn. You've got gaps where you can push blocks in to fill the gaps. But this one that dragonc0 is in is a little mean because the turny things actually cover holes. And the rooms are random. You can get repeats, but there is a fair amount of RNG, so the tournament is... It's a little bit on the for fun side of things. Oh, and this is a horrible room that dragonc0 has got. As you can see, you need to do all of these loops to move these turny things in their particular fashion. One of the worst rooms to get in a speedrun. Let's let NiennaOronar get out to the early lead. Looked like maybe one or two mis-executions there from NiennaOronar in that room, but I'm not an expert, so I hesitate to say. Oh. dragonc0 definitely mis-executing a little bit in that room. Very tricky to remember the correct patterns for every single room in the game. The execution side of things is not trivial, but it definitely pales in comparison to the pattern recognition and memorization side of things. You need to be able to recognize the room immediately and know what the fastest way through the room is before you get to any sort of decision-making point. Nienna's lead has shrunk to just about one room, still rather close between the players. I don't know how many rooms there are. But I'm not seeing too many repeats. Nienna having to reset back to the start, having pushed the block in the wrong direction. Bit of a tricky room there. The T-shaped spinners are probably the most confusing at a glance. Small mistake there for dragonc0. Pushed the block a little too far. Oh. There we go. More like half a room advantage for Nienna at this point. forgetting to turn that one spinner and having to double back a little bit. Very short room that is surprisingly tricky for Dragon. Gets through it very quickly though. And the runners are now tied. Just like that. Execution seemed fairly... Whoa. Pushed the block too far there. For Dragon. You didn't want to push that one at all. A very simple but time-consuming room for Nienna, having to push this one block all the way around the map to fill that one gap. 71 rooms apiece. Very close. Dragon with another time-consuming room. Having to do these multiple loops to flip all of these flippers to get at these blocks. But we're good now. But it's allowed Nienna to get almost a whole room advantage. Rather straightforward rooms for both players. An incredibly small room there for Nienna, but very favorable. And it looked like Dragon had the same block pushing one that Nienna had, just flipped upside down. That seems like a pretty cheap way to get more mileage out of your game. Pretty tricky room for Nienna. Knowing which blocks to push and how to push them in which order. Important to getting through that room as fast as possible. dragonc0 doing that room for maybe the third time. Couple of repeats. But that's definitely what you like to see in a speed run, because your short-term memory as well as your long-term is activated on that one. Similar sort of windmill patterns for both players. dragonc0 into the Galaga ship room. Pretty straightforward. Nienna with about a half room advantage. Just about halfway through this race. And I don't think we're dealing with a best of 3 situation here. So you only get one shot. And that spinner looked like it didn't even move. It looked like Nienna just jumped over it. Nienna dealing with this room a little differently than Dragon did. Wonder which one is the fastest strat, or if they're equal. Mistake from Dragon. Pushing the block incorrectly. Nice room from Dragon there. Small execution mistake at the end. Dragon taking a moment to consider options. Am I screwed? Do I have to reset? Yes. It's bad enough making a mistake, but that mistake being compounded by the hesitation afterwards. But there we go, we're through the room. That was a big time loss. dragonc0 is down 4 rooms to Nienna. We're only about halfway through this thing. There is time still to catch up. And there's always Lady Luck. Some of these rooms are a lot faster than others. We can already see this lead shrunk down to 3 rooms. A nice quick room for dragonc0. Nienna the opposite, one of the longest rooms. Repeatedly flipping these L spinners in sequence. Almost 2 rooms now separating the players. This lead has shrunk quite a bit very quickly. That's just the nature of Kwirk. Less than 2 rooms now. dragonc0 is on fire. C0, I guess. Ooh, mistake from Dragon. Resetting the room. We haven't seen many full room resets. Wow, ignoring the huge block entirely. I guess it's not possible to have the entire block fill in 6 squares. We'll see how Nienna does the exact same room. Not often you get to see this, but it looks like it's going a lot better for Nienna. Very tricky looking room that actually isn't too bad for Dragon, and then punished with one of the slowest rooms. Once again, repeatedly doing these loops. Similar sort of room for Nienna, but definitely much shorter. Two and a half between these 2 players. The reverse Galaga room. Oops, a bit of execution there from Nienna. But it was a very fast room, so all in all, comes out pretty even. Fairly time-consuming room here with these blocks. But I like the efficiency of the movement there. Only 57 different rooms, according to the report from Chad. So with 99 rooms required, you're gonna see some repeats for sure. There's definitely some rooms you'd rather see repeated than others. What has happened to Nienna? Is this a pause screen? Did the stream drop? What is that character in the middle? Is that Kwirk? It is. It looked like a different character. So I think this is maybe just a stream problem. Yeah, it looks like it's just a tech issue. So we'll see. We're going to be kept in the dark a little bit. We saw Nienna had a 2.5 room or so lead over dragonc0. Now we don't know. notified the runner. Oh, we're back. And we have a 4-room lead. I'll let... Oops. Keyboard sounds. Let Nienna know that everything is good. The 4-room lead, though. Not many rooms left. Can dragonc0 come back? Pretty short room with the windmill pattern that turns into a nice square. I like it. But also a pretty fast room for Nienna. Got the reverse anchor from dragonc0. Much faster room than Nienna. Need more rooms like that. dragonc0, I've seen dragonc0 do this room like 5 times now, and it's looked a little different each time. Not the ideal. Bit of a mis-execution there, running into the wall. Nienna, having to reset the room. Three-room advantage for Nienna, with only 18 to go. A very short room for Nienna, and a very not short room for Dragon. Still pushing these blocks. Just like that, the lead is back to 4 rooms. It's a very tricky, busy room, but not too long for Nienna. Like the way Dragon handled that last one. Is this right? There we go. dragonc0 having a bit of a moment in that last room. Very, very short room for Dragon. Needs more like that for some kind of last spurt. There's only 12 rooms left for Nienna. 4 rooms is a big gap. Another quick room for Nienna. Kwirk with the 1-year sub, all 12. High fives from the Speed Gaming bot. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy the end of this Kwirk race, because it is getting down to the end. Single-digit number of rooms left. And chance here for dragonc0. A very long room there. 3-room lead. This is still a big gap between these players. And this does not look like a quick room that dragonc0 got, but no, it is pretty quick, handling that room very well. Reverse Galaga for Nienna. And dragonc0 has this gigantic block to deal with. Three and a half rooms. I don't think he can do it. I think Nienna's got this one. We'll see. You never know. Oh, this is such a long one. This is the kind of room we needed to see for Nienna if we wanted to see this close finish. But with Dragon getting this room, it doesn't look good. A 5-room lead for Nienna with only 3 left. It's looking all but over. 2 rooms left. Oh, mistake. Mistake on a fairly long room. At least it was an early mistake. If you mess up at the end of a room like this, that is when you really lose time. As it is, I don't think it's going to be enough. 1 room left for Nienna, still 4 for dragonc0. Has done a great job catching up at the very end. But that's not enough. Cleared. Nienna with an in-game time of 20:43 is going to be the victor of this race. dragonc0 is going to finish it out. You want to put up the best time you can. 1 room left to go. The anchor. It's pretty tricky having the same rooms but reversed. You need to be able to flip in your mind the patterns for each room. I missed the in-game time there. But only about 30 seconds or so difference between the players. Let me see if they want to interview. Nienna definitely happy about the RNG in the room. Room decision, room logic. I don't think I saw any of the multi-spinner rooms where you need to repeatedly flip the L spinners. Saw it definitely a couple times from dragonc0. It is unfortunate that in a competition that randomness plays such a significant role. But that is the nature of Kwirk. And that might do it for our stream. Still waiting to hear back from some of our runners if they want to / are able to interview. This one on the left, if you tilt your head to the left, I think it's like a dog with the shiny black nose in the middle there. Just need some ears on the sides. Do you see it? Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Alright, so we're not going to get an interview from either player, and that means our broadcast is going to wrap up. A flower pot? Yeah. I still see the dog, though. But that's it for Kwirk today, and I think that's almost it for today. Everyone is either at GDQ or watching GDQ. The matches aren't really being scheduled. If they do get scheduled, we will absolutely stream them here on Speed Gaming, so keep an eye on the schedule. If you were to look at it right now, you would know that for most of today we don't got anything for you. So lots of time to go watch GDQ, but come back at 11 p.m. for a Breath of the Wild match. I think that's Flame In and Lulu are going to be racing. And Breath of the Wild is pretty far in. No, it's Flame In and Puppet Master. So we're starting to see some pretty close races. Highly recommend you check it out if you can pull yourself away from games done quick. But that's it for us here at Speed Gaming. Congratulations once again to NiennaOronar. Tough luck for dragonc0. And we hope to see you again soon. Have a good day, everyone.